Today study a poem, I Hear America Singing. I will first introduce you, give you introduction about the poem. I Hear America Singing is a poem by the American poet Walt Whitman, first published in the 1860 edition of his book Leaves of Grass. Though the poem was written on the eve of Civil War, it presents a vision of America as a harmonious community. Moving from city to the country and the land to the sea, the poem envisions America as a place where people do honest, meaningful, and satisfying work and celebrate the work in song. America emerges from the work of these many and diverse individual peoples. Their separate work comes together to form a coherent whole. In this way, in the poem's account, America is a nation where individuality and unity are balanced, each producing and reinforcing the other. I hear America singing the varied carols I hear. In this line, I hear repeats at the beginning and end. While America singing and varied carols are just different ways to refer to the same thing, the various songs of American workers. Similarly, the poem is dense with assonance. Line 4 contains, for instance, contains a repetition of long R sound, the sound I sound, the long E sound, and two variations of the O sound. The mason singing as he makes ready for work or leaves off work. The poem is thus not only about America singing, it makes itself into an example of a distinctly American music. I Hear America Singing presents an idyllic and idealized vision of American life. The poem moves from the city to the country, from the shore to the sea, introducing the reader along the way to all different works, along the way from farmers to showmakers to housewives. Traveling through these places and professions, the speaker gradually builds a portrait of America as a place where people find joy and fulfillment in productivity and honest labor, even if that labor is not typically sung about in poetry. And while the poem takes care to emphasize the dignity and pride of each of these workers in their own right, it also affirms that workers' many songs come together to form the sound of America itself. The speaker's list of jobs cuts across the whole of the United States, moving from urban professional making fashionable hats to those engaged in rural jobs like plowing fields, from jobs on shore to jobs on the water. The speaker even includes women alongside men, acknowledging the work they do as important contributions to the American society. Though the speaker limits this work to domestic chores like sieving or washing, the fact that women are included at all is notable given that they were largely excluded from American political life at the time the poem was written. In the speaker's vision, it seems everyone gets to participate in creating the American song, no matter that location, class, or gender, even if to the modern eye the terms of their participation are somewhat limited and constrained along traditional lines. What is more, all of these different workers are singing. This probably is not literally true, though perhaps a couple folks are indeed whistling away the hours. Instead, these songs are meant to represent the joy these workers take in their labor. Americans, the singing suggests, derive a sense of pride and dignity from their productivity. When the speaker says is singing that belongs to him or her and to none else, this affirms the right of each worker to find personal value and even a sense of self directly in whatever work they do. It is also worth noting that music and song are often used in literature as stand ins for poetry itself. Part of the beauty of America, the poem thus implies, is that regular people are worthy of such song. You do not need to be some sort of mythical hero, beautiful damsel, or wealthy aristocrat for your life to be sung about, to be elevated to the level of poetry. Yet, even this poem celebrates self sufficiency and individualism through these varied carols. It emphasizes that all these workers together form the fabric of America. However unique each of these workers, the poem is saying that makes America America is that they are all singing. After all, as the poem's first line announces, the speaker hears America singing, not many workers singing. For the speaker, America is a place where people to have it both ways. They are at the individuals with the personal freedom and independence and part of larger harmonious collective. That the poem ultimately suggests is that what America's song all is about. The poem begins with the speaking declaring the first person that or she hears America itself singing. But in the second half of the line, the speaker notes that the song America sings is actually many separate songs, varied carols. The word carols is every especially intriguing in this context since it is often used for religious songs, and this is very much not a religious poem. The word suggests that Americans dedicate themselves to their country and their work with the passion and devotion that approaches religious faith. The speaker then moves on to the note some specific songs being heard, those of mechanics, carpenters, and masons. The speaker will follow this pattern throughout the rest of the poem, celebrating working Americans whose lives are humble and whose work is often difficult and physical. The fact that the songs are blithe, meaning cheerful and strong, underscores the speaker's broader vision of America as a place where people find joy and fulfillment in their work. And as the poem describes these people, the speaker notably avoids using such much fancy literary language. Instead, the poem's tone is casual and conversational. While it is certainly possible that all these mechanics, carpenters, and masons are literally singing it to pass the hours, it seems more likely that this singing is a metaphor. On the one hand, it represents the pride and joy Americans take in their work. It also is the meant to reflect the way America as a United Nations emerges from its individual citizens. Their unique songs blending into a broader harmony so that, as the speaker says in the poem first line, America itself is singing. As the poem celebrates the diversity and richness of American life, it also tries to find a distinctly American music. Whitman rejects European poetic traditions like meter and rhyme, which feel too constraining to capture the energy of American life. Instead, the poem is written entirely in free verse, and Whitman turns to other devices to make his poem sound musical. The most obvious of the devices is anaphora. In the repeated phrases, I hear insert professional singing, which begins in line 3. This anaphora operates a little bit like meter. It creates a sense of expectation in the reader and it separates the poem's long lines into more manageable chunks. The poem also turns to other devices to guide the reader through its long lines and to make its simple language feel poetic. For example, almost all of the lines in the poem are end stopped. This helps give the lines a sense of definition and integrity even as they expand and contract unpredictably. Further, the speaker uses devices like KMH to make the poem feel musical even without rhyme. Line 1, for instance, can be divided into two halves separated by a caesura. In the second half of the line, the speaker repeats the information that was provided in the first half, but in the reverse order, creating the ABBA pattern. So, this poem is about the hard-working who have Americans who have wo- labored hard to make America a developed country. It is tribute to the hard work put